Tennessee Titans fans, it's that time of the week where we hop on Reddit and see what fans are saying about the state of the organization as we go into week 12, 1 and 9. And you can go join the Two Tone Talk Reddit community. That's where all these posts are from. There's a link to it in the video description below. Go over there and leave your questions, comments, memes, concerns. They'll get featured on this segment next week. Let's take a look at what crazy stuff y'all are saying. This user said, every Sunday, it's time for your weekly 3 hours of suffering. Yes, Titans. I mean, here's the thing. With me personally, I know everybody's different. It's not like miserable for me anymore because now I'm just so resigned to it. Like, I know they're probably going to lose. I know they're not going to play well. I know, like, I don't set, when Sunday rolls around, I don't get hopeful. They're like, oh, maybe the Titans will come out and look great and win. Like, I'm just kind of like, Titans play today. That'll be cool. You know, I just don't, it's not suffering for me. It's just numbness at this point. This user said, today is a prime example of why I can't take the media of this town seriously. Stillman, on his show today, said he would trade Cam already for Mac Jones in San Francisco if he was GM. Then he would consider drafting Mendoza. I hope that is just clickbait because yikes, that's a terrible take 10 games in when Cam has done well with 1.5 weapons all season. Now Buck is calling for an open QB competition next year. Listen, man, I have a lot of respect for a lot of the media people in Nashville. You mentioned Buck. I've had Buck Reisen on the show before, on the podcast. He's very nice. I think Buck's a good guy. I think he intentionally tries to troll the fan base sometimes just because that's kind of what his thing is. I'm sure Jared Stillman's a nice guy, and I don't have anything against him personally, but like I cannot listen to his show or read his tweets because I don't think it's unserious. Like it's just unserious. We just don't view this the same way. We do not view the Tennessee Titans or the game of football or the business of football the same way. And I do think a lot of it is, just a bunch of garbage and I understand like it's impossible to take it seriously. It's just impossible to take it seriously because it's so ridiculous. Why all the OC talk? Just curious why everyone is making a wish list of OCs. I would think whomever we hire as head coach will have a heavy say in the composition of the coaching staff. I doubt we attract the caliber of head coach we are all hoping for if they do not get to choose their staff. At this point, any new offensive coordinator will feel like an upgrade, at least on paper. I think people, the head coach is going to pick who their offensive coordinator is, but I think people are just saying who they would like. Like if the Titans get Mike McCarthy to be their head coach, who would they like for Mike McCarthy to make the offensive coordinator? I think that's where that's coming from. And I think the people are so transfixed on the offensive coordinator spot because that could be equally as important of a hire as head coach, especially if you hire a defensive-minded head coach or if you hire kind of a culture guy as head coach. Then whoever you hire as offensive coordinator becomes an equally as important hire because that's going to be who's working with Cam Ward personally every day. So that's kind of why people are focused in on that. This user said it's time to bring in Restrepo. Maybe I'm wrong here, but at 1-9, what the ever-living heck do we have to lose by bringing in a receiver Cam has real-world proven connection to? X deserves a shot, especially after the injuries the practice squad players brought up that look like ballet boys out there. No offense to those who enjoy ballet. I think he could very well get a shot just because they have no choice. He's the next man up. I don't know if I'm expecting Xavier Restrepo to just come in and light the world on fire, but I'm with you. Why not? At this point, why not? He can't be worse than what I'm watching from some of these jokers out here. Now, this user said this is what the Tennessee Titans O-line is going to need when they play Myles Garrett in Week 14. I think I could find some I would have made it if I didn't get hurt guys at work that could do better than that. First of all, the I would have made it if I didn't get hurt guys, that's funny. Listen, J.C. Latham got a lot of flack last Sunday. I don't think J.C. Latham actually played bad against a good Houston defensive front. I don't think he played bad. I think it was just the penalties, the false starts were just unacceptable. But in terms of like actually blocking, pass blocking and things like that, I actually think he did a pretty good job. And Dan Moore's been aight. Cam Ward is the only QB to have played every single offensive snap for their team. Granted, there are 2 or 3 who also took the field in blowouts, but his pocket passing style allows him to do this even with so many sacks. I mean, that's one of the good things about that you could say about Cam Ward right now. He stays healthy. He's durable. I'm going to say that. He's going to get hurt on Sunday. I shouldn't even go down this road. But up until this point, he has stayed healthy, and we've already seen Jackson Dart having to miss time, Dylan Gabriel having to miss time because they're getting hurt. Cam Ward, up until this point, has not gotten hurt. The user said this guy tells it like it is regarding the Cam Ward discourse. We don't have to think Cam is the guy or not right now. Like Justin said, let's enjoy finding out as a fan base together like we did with Marcus in 2015. I know exactly what clip you're talking about because I watched it on X. Justin Graver, I believe is his name. They have the podcast there about the Titans, and I'm going to look it up right here because I want to tell you the name of it. But he put out a great clip just talking about the Cam Ward discourse among Titans fans and how everybody has just been kind of, either all in or all out on Cam Ward and feeling like they've got to have this hard opinion on it. You don't have to make up your mind right now, and it's MCA, a Tennessee Titans podcast is the name of the podcast. You don't have to make up your mind right now. You don't have to decide whether he's the guy or not. He's played 10 games on a terrible team, one of the worst I've ever seen. You don't have to, you can just sit back and find out. You don't have to know right now. You don't have to make a hard opinion. You don't have to declare that we should trade for Mac Jones and go draft the Mendoza kid. Like, you don't have to do that right now. That's lunacy. That's lunacy. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but that's insane. You don't have to be in or out right now. But you better hope he turns out. Why would you be a Titans fan sitting there hoping that he's not good? I can think of a few reasons, but it wouldn't be nice to say them. Get rid of Bo Hardigree. Cam Ward would not have succeeded under Callahan. He didn't plan on helping Cam. He expected him to just have God-given talent like Burrow. Let's be real. I'd rather have a bum off the street to be his QB coach than Bo. Bo isn't and will never be a good mentor to Cam. Bo was a backup in college. In what world is that going to help elevate an NFL talent? On top of that, you see these QB rooms with experience in them, and these young QBs, the experienced ones, know their time is up and their future is now. We so desperately need a retired QB to come in and be Cam's coach. Give me Phillip Rivers or even Cam Newton. All that man does is podcast. Nothing wrong with that. Whoever comes in as head coach better know who to bring in to coach up and mentor our QB, or he'll be just another Levis. Phillip Rivers or Cam Newton, those guys have never coached in their lives, so I don't know if that would be a good call. But I will just say I think the offensive staff for the Titans in large part has not done a very good job at all. At all. From the top all the way down. Corey Davis. This is kind of a joke, but we need any wide receiver we can get for the remainder of the season. Pretty sure Corey Davis unretired. I don't care if he's not any good. Bring him back just to see what happens. I mean, it's kind of the same thing as people who just insist that we should bring back Ryan Tannehill to be a backup or something. It's just that ship has sailed. And Corey Davis, I mean, he's sitting at home chilling with so much money from his time in the NFL. If you think he's coming back to be a part of the 1-9 Tennessee Titans, honestly, this is what JSN will do to the Titans secondary. And there you have from his time there at Ohio State, 16 targets, 15 receptions, 347 yards, 3 touchdowns. Just truly insane numbers right there. And if we got Jalen Armour-Davis on him on Sunday, it could happen again. CEO-type offensive-minded head coach. I know there are some CEO-type offensive-minded head coaches like Dan Campbell and Nick Sirianni that lets their offensive coordinator call plays. Titans should go after that type of CEO-type offensive-minded head coach. CEO. Yeah. I just think, I'm not really married to the idea of any certain kind of coach. I just want the right coach. They can be offensive-minded, defensive-minded, CEO style, but whatever. As long as you can do a good job. and assemble a good staff. I don't really care. I don't have a preference. I had a preference a couple years ago. I wanted an offensive-minded coach. But, like, here's the thing. I wanted an offensive-minded coach because I wanted the continuity every year of knowing that you would never have to change offenses. Like, you know you're going to have the same thing. And that is still a major benefit. But if you have a defensive-minded head coach or a CEO-type coach, then, the offensive coordinator can lock in on the offense in Cam Ward like Arthur Smith did in 2019, 2020 with Tannehill. If you're the head coach and you're an offensive mind, you've got to focus on a lot of other things. And I think that's what got Brian Callahan. He was the head coach, so he had to focus on special teams and defense and all of this other stuff and talking to the media every day. If you're just the offensive coordinator, you can just zero in on the offense and Cam Ward. So this man is about to terrorize us this Sunday. Let's just hope it won't be that bad. Even though the defense may be okay, I don't see us being able to stop Sam. But weirder things have happened in the NFL. It's just weird to be at a place where you're worried about stopping Sam Darnold. But I do think coming off of a 4-interception game, Sam Darnold is going to terrorize us. At least I have this to help me out during the Titans season this year. Just started watching this show with a friend this month. 40-plus episodes in, and I'm addicted to this. At least the show doesn't let me down like the Titans. Tighten up. Check it out if you haven't, by the way. So the show they're talking about is this. I think it's called Bleach. I don't know. The reason I included this is because when the Titans are bad like they are, I tend to drown my sorrows in something that is not football related at all. So I mean that's kind of how I cope too. I find a show or a movie or something that has nothing to do with football and kind of drown my sorrows in it. This user said, here's my tier maker list for the next head coach. So from what I could tell, the hire up there that they think will be the best hire is Andy Reid. I don't know why you guys think Andy Reid's even going to be available. Wouldn't be bad for the job. I see Brian Flores, Kevin O'Connell. They're not firing Kevin O'Connell. Joe Brady and Steve Spagnuolo. Could see it happening. Bill Cowher, Matt LaFleur, and Nick Saban. Possible. Rex Ryan. No chance. Arthur Smith, Mike McCarthy, Robert Saleh, Cliff Kingsbury, Clint Kubiak. I can't tell who that is. Some of these guys, I can't tell who they are. Down here it says, here are my thoughts on the next Titans head coaching hire. Could see happening. Sean McVay? Why do y'all think What? No way. Vance Joseph and Kevin Stefanski. I mean, here's the problem, guys. I mean, if this is the way we're going in with our expectations, I mean, I'm just looking over this list. Like, the hire, Andy Reid. In what world is Andy Reid leaving Kansas City? Could see it happening. Sean McVay. In what world is Sean McVay leaving the Rams? Kevin O'Connell wouldn't be bad for the job, but he's not going to be available. Nick Saban is not going to be available. Matt LaFleur, I do not think is going to be available. Bill Cowher and Rex Ryan, like these names, like, I don't know, man. I mean, some of these names you've got in the no way section, I'm afraid those are going to be realistic options. I think we got one more post left. Yes. Okay, so the perfect 2026 Titans head coach is a realistic dark horse that nobody's mentioning. So this post is long, and you can go read it on the Reddit page. But at the end of the day, this user is saying that Eric Bieniemy is the dark horse head coaching candidate based on what Borgonzi's looking for, what Cam Ward's looking for. Not interested. I'll just say I'm not interested. All due respect, you're valid in your opinion. I am not interested in Eric Bieniemy. I think he has gone down the totem pole every year as terms of like he was an OC and then now he's like a running backs coach. He's developed a reputation of being very hard to work with. I don't know if that's valid or not, but that's just the reputation he has. And if that's the reputation he has, I don't think the Titans are going to be interested. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. That is the Titans Reddit segment this week. Talk to me in the comments. Tighten up. Bye.